Hi, I'm Nigel, and I just thought I'd record a little video to explain my experiences using a Proform Treadmill together with Zwift. When I originally got the treadmill, and I will say Proform and Nordic Track, they're just the same, it's just Proform is the budget brand. When I got my treadmill, I bought it partly for the iFit functionality. So it allows the treadmill to connect using Bluetooth to an app which then does guided training, which is brilliant. Really enjoy it, really like that. But I've always wanted to use it with Zwift as well. And I was under the impression that the Bluetooth was fully or just connected to iFit and that you couldn't use it with Zwift. And that's not quite what it is. What was causing me problems with using it with Zwift, I use Garmin as well, so I've got a Garmin 245 watch and a FootPod, which was okay, but what I was finding, I was running on Zwift and I could have one speed on the treadmill, another speed on my watch, and a totally different one on Zwift, and it was a right pain. Talking with my son earlier, remembering him setting all my personal bests on the treadmill at far higher speeds than he was actually running, which was a bit of a con, to be honest. But my view is that if you get the speeds to be the same, then even if they're wrong, if they're the same, they're consistent and wrong, then you can tell, because really it's all about improving yourself. It's not about just beating people on Zwift or what sort of speed runner you are. If you're constantly improving and you're consistent with yourself, then that's great. That's great. So initially I was looking at the possibilities of resolving this. I've tried calibration. Calibration on Zwift is okay, it might make a bit of a difference, but never quite done it for me. I've tried calibrating with the Garmin, that didn't work. So I was looking at either buying another FootPod or possibly an NP Run, which looks really good, but there was a few things I wasn't comfortable about. So I didn't want to introduce another bit of technology in without real reason to do that. And also putting stickers on my treadmill, I didn't like the idea of that. I didn't like the idea of charging it on a regular basis. I was at the point of almost ordering one and put a question on the Zwift Facebook group, and funnily enough it was answered by somebody I know in real life who lives half a mile away, but good answer anyway. And he was questioning the fact that because I've got Bluetooth, why don't I look at using Runcline? So Runcline is an app that essentially acts as a bridge between your treadmill and Zwift, and it'll go between FootPods and Zwift and things like that. But I'm just talking about this side of it. So I felt if I could get Runcline to transmit the Bluetooth data from the treadmill, because the treadmill knows what speed it's doing. You hit 10 on the treadmill, it says 10 on the treadmill. I just want that to go onto Zwift. So what was after doing that, by the way, in terms of calibration, I am looking to calibrate my treadmill to see exactly when I put 10 on the treadmill, 10 kilometers an hour, is it actually running at 10 kilometers an hour? And I'll do that separately afterwards. But for now, like I say, I just want to be consistent with myself. So what I'm going to do now, that, as I say, Runcline just acts as a bridge between the various devices. And I'm going to stop the video now, turn it around, and then show you how it works.